Do you like to take things personally? Well, by the end of this video, you're never going to take things personally again. All right. So, my name is Eli Ramos, and I'm live again with you to in Metro Manila, and I am actually going to talk about how I don't take things personally. And these are the lessons I learned from battle rapping, the art of battle rapping, what it is, why do I do it, and what how did it teach me not to take things personally. So way back then, 2019, I started like battle rapping. I was tagged in one of an events page by one of my friends from the music scene. I was an indie musician back then. I was doing acoustic guitar, playing acoustic guitar and all that. But then I realized that I think I wanted to do something more, something with my craft. So I started joining battle rap competitions, So I would like get face to face with like a random a person, a random like rapper, and then I would have to like exchange like freestyles or written material with them, when it comes to like battle rapping. So yeah, I used to be the guy who would take things personally. I always like took things to heart, and that wasn't a good thing. So yeah, the problem with that is, when you take things to heart too much, when you take things personally, you're going to have to at one point, break down, probably cry and mope about it a lot. And when you let things that people say to you or tell you get into your head, so that is something that I would not want you to go through. So that's why the solution to this problem is to be able to conquer it by getting out of your comfort zone, doing something that will like expose you, something like exposure therapy of some sort. So yeah. So these are the lessons that I learned from battle rap. The first one, well, just it says in the title, don't take things personally. At the end of the day, people just want to do their jobs. So that's what it is. This whole battle rap thing that I've been joining back then, it's something that I joined because I wanted to be less sensitive when it comes to things. I wanted to be less sensitive when it comes to people's negative feedback. So I did that, and it helped me a lot because it exposed me to like people like cussing you out, people like telling you this, telling you that, telling lies about you, and all that. All that negative energy. And then I finally got the voice to like let out my negative energy. So yeah, that's one of the lessons that I learned from battle rap. It's not to take things personally, because at the end of the day, people just, they it's sometimes it's their job, it's their profession, or sometimes they're just not in a good mood. And yeah, that's why you shouldn't take things personally. Second lesson I learned from battle rap is that, you know people have moods. People have moods. That's it. People can just be having a bad day. Doesn't have anything to do with you. Doesn't have anything to do with anything that you do, really. So it's just something that, you have to deal with, because people have moods from time to time. Not every day is a Sunday, as my dad would always tell me. Not every day is a Sunday. And so that's why you shouldn't take things personally, because people have moods. They're fluctuating moods. Sometimes they're diabetic, or they would have like, like uh like a hypoglucose, something like that, like low blood sugar, like high blood sugar, or sometimes they would be having like a high blood pressure, so that would like make them like a little bit like rivety. So it's sometimes biological, and we just have to be understanding of it. Third lesson that I learned from battle rap, third and the last lesson, is at the end of the day, you shouldn't be affected about what people say, because they don't know you. They really, like, people don't know enough about you to actually diss you. So that's one of the lessons. That's one of the most important lessons I learned from that. And yeah, if they don't know about you, then why does it matter? Why does it matter, right? Why all the hate if you don't even know me, if you don't even really know who I am from like top to bottom, right? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see the point. Anyway, why did I discuss this topic? Well, I discussed this topic because a lot of a lot of my peers, a lot of, even myself, struggle with that kind of like inner turmoil when it comes to like becoming too receptive. Sensitive isn't a bad word. It's actually a good thing, being sensitive. But we're sometimes too receptive. We absorb too much of that negative energy, and then it's very cathartic to like have something to release it. People find it toxic sometimes. Probably they focus too much on the words, but art, it's a form of art. It's probably, I would say battle rap is a martial art. Let's just, go out on a limb here, because our enemy, at the end of the day, is not the opponent that is in front of us, but ourselves. How we're going to deal with the feedback, how we're going to deal with like the insults, the banters, and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, the opponent is us, and how we're going to prepare of a comeback, or our own material to counter that kind of of that material that was like getting transferred into us. So it's just like an exchange of energies, sort of. Okay, so yeah, um, if I were you, like, just go ahead and like come with me, and let's just be be battle rappers. So not take things personally. We don't really have to be a battle rapper right there and there, but and just not to take things personally. Yeah. So, uh, lastly, I just want to say that I am going to start a coaching program for like people who are interested to learn how to rap. It's gonna be free, and you're probably gonna want to join because it's really fun. I'm going to have like a mental health approach to my coaching, and yeah, that's it. So without further ado, again, my name is Eli Ramos, and saying that, you know, ang mabuhay sa mundo ay isang pribilehiyo, which means to live in this world is one big privilege. Time.